Session started off with our party walking through the gates of the farming town of Hyrie Point. The guards at the gate informed you of a curfew due to a few odd things happening outside the city, and that rang a bell for a few of you. It seemed a few demons are still on the loose and are killing some of the local cattle, and they were also told that in the mountains to the northeast to watch out for the wyverns as it is mating season. You started towards the local tavern called the Sad Cow Inn for information in a room, before heading to find the Lane family home. Clark knew it was in this little town, but have never visited. Alric knew this town from his previous life, but it's been a while since he was here last. While walking towards the inn, Alric felt something nick his armor, and he turned around and saw a quick outline of an almost full-grown catsith, with its claws extended, and started to fade back into the shadows. It seems that his boon had arrived. Alric was then introduced to Shadowclaw. They had a quick conversation inside each other's head and hit the inn. Shadowclaw decided to stay outside and guard until you guys came back out. Inside, you found that this place was quite packed for such an early morning, and could tell from the tone that these farmers were here due to the issues in the fields. So while the girls and Alric went to check out the rooms, Clark headed towards a small stage and tried to cheer these people up with some music. The next few hours went by with a lot of cheering from the patrons as Clark told them of all of his travels over the last few weeks, and that it's not just here that's having issues, and that a lot of important people are working on a solution, and that they themselves are here to help with the problem. Clark has a way of making people happy, and was given a lot of gold for his entertainment. Hal just kept reading the room and got a better gauge on most of them. Alric, though, while this was all happening, was doing something fun. As soon as he went inside his room, he crawled out the window, climbed on the roof, found Shadowclaw waiting there for him, and Shadowclaw told him it's time for them to train. Clark then felt that his new companion had a saddle on, and climbed on. The next few hours for Alric were a lot of pain. He fell out of the saddle quite a few times, as it seems Shadowclaw has the ability to not only make them both invisible full-time, he can also shadow step from building to building. So after a lot of rolling and getting to know the town some more, Alric once again fell to the ground right in front of the party as they left the inn to hit up the Lane family home. When you finally hit the right alley, you noticed a lot of people around the Lane house, and most were trying to get a look inside while others were talking very quiet and seemed nervous. So instead of knocking like normal people, Clark grabbed your new scrying orb and tried to see what was inside. He did manage to connect with Lois's sister Lucy. No, I think that's Ella, Brandon. I think I typed that wrong. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's Ella. Let me open up my last session notes. I could be right, but I thought the mother was... Nope, Lucy. I do have it right. Okay, the mother's Ella. I double guessed myself. I shouldn't do that. Okay. Lucy opened the door very fast and almost yelled for everyone to leave, and things in here are fine, but when she saw Clark, she gave him a hug and told everyone to get in. After the pleasantries were done, Lucy let you all know that a very odd thing had happened over the last few days, and it was best to show you. You were then pushed into a room with a bunch of other people being ushered out. And it kind of looked like both of them had just given birth or were close to being given birth. Lucy brought you all inside, and Clark was introduced to Lois's mother, Ella, and 2 sets of twin babies had just been born. After a quick hello, Ella then let you see the newborns. 2 of them were red-skinned twin boys that had tiny little nubs on top of their heads. Kind of looked like a newborn satyr or fawn. The other two were also twins. Both girls had also little nubs, but one was purple and one was blue. Thora thankfully knew right away that these were baby tieflings. Clark then remembered a very old song about tieflings and began to sing. But this time, his voice was not alone. From within his lute, his great-grandfather's voice also sang with him, and his lute began to change in front of Clark to become a lute of past knowledge. An artifact that will allow him a few times per day to recall any poem, song, or verse about anything his great-grandfather knew in his life and will help sing along with him. Pretty much after all this, all the girls in the room were crying, but the babies thankfully fell asleep. So the parents were brought back in, and Ella told you all it was time for lunch. So she sat everybody down, had a nice snack. You all got to know each other a little bit more. She also told you that all babies born over the last few days in this tiny little farming village, 12 in total, were all twins and all tieflings. Clark then used his sending stone to contact Chester to see what he can do, to which he pretty much sighed, went, tieflings again. Great. That old problem will never go away. Sit tight, I'll get there when I can. Well, that's pretty much where our session ended, and where we are picking back up. So you guys are just leaving the house, and I believe you guys are going to go back to the inn for the rest of the night. I believe that was the plan.
I'm pretty sure that was the plan.
Pretty sure that was the plan.
Okay.
Because Clark performed about 12 hours too early.
He did say he was going to do some more in the evening, yes. So, anything else you guys would like to do?
I'm almost tapped on spells, I will say that.
I know that. You used all your healing to heal the pets that were in the house. For Wit, it seemed that Clark's sister Lucy had inside the house a bunch of like semi-injured or just a bunch of random farm animals inside, and Hal helped her heal them. He pretty much used all his healing spells in the process. Okay. So...
I've just got level 1 and level 4.
Okay.
Just the extremities.
Okay. Just the fun ones.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright. Well... you guys hit back up the inn. Alric, you are going to notice that Shadowclaw is pretty much coming in this time with you.
Okay.
Like, mentally, you get the, oh, it's crowded, and pretty much like turns around and bolts back out. Yeah, you will notice that even though time's been by, most of the people here are still here. A lot of them are pretty much looking at Clark and just like eyeing the stage, looking at Clark eyeing the stage.
I think Clark, before going to the stage, is actually going to head to the bar first, and ask the person behind the bar, do you happen to have any water and a lemon?
Water and a lemon? Yeah. What for?
Well, I have a feeling I'm going to be performing for quite some time tonight, and I just want to prepare my voice for it. That is all.
Oh, you're gonna... I've never heard of anyone eating a lemon to get their voice up and running, but Owlin are strange folk. Sure. Quite easily get a little bit of water and a full lemon just dropped inside of it for you.
As they drop it on, be like, "Now his bath bomb's ready."
Are you saying I stink?
I didn't say a thing. I just said you enjoy a lemon in your bath. You'll be lemony fresh.
The clerk will actually take out the full lemon and cut it and squeeze it and drink it up and then just head to the stage.
Okay, perfect. All right. What is Hal and Alric doing? Anything specific? Do any of you want to wander the town?
I'll stay for the first song, and then I was going to go for a walk.
Okay.
I just want to see if the atmosphere is the same as last time. If it goes along that line.
It's for the most part, yeah. You guys were maybe an hour tops at the lanes. Throughout the day, like you're pushing like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon by now, but you only have like 4 hours till curfew. So most people, until you'd still be able to gauge from the inside that until whatever's going on outside of the town is dealt with, anyone who doesn't need to be out there is currently drinking in the bar. So you'd be like still at least 40 or 50 patrons in here just sitting around tables. Most of them are like have heard that there's a bard in town, and most of them are just like immediately just starting to shuffle closer to the entertainment.
And as Clark will notice them shuffling closer, and I think he will try to do something a little different.
Okay.
As far as song goes, he doesn't want to. Since he didn't notice that it was basically the same patrons as before, doesn't want to bore them with the same song. That's not, good entertainment etiquette.
Gotcha.
So he is going to try to go back, basically back in his childhood.
Okay.
And talk about, sing about growing up on the farm and what his chores were like.
Okay.
So that way he becomes a little more relatable with them and not just a bard,
Gotcha.
He wants to try to convey that he's been through what they're going through.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to talk to the barkeep. I'm going to drop 10 gold and be like, "This 5 aren't drinking tonight. Aren't paying for shit tonight. We're going to get shit first."
Okay. You're going to notice that the 10 gold in this town is pretty much going to be like 2 rounds for everyone in the bar.
Wasn't talking about the bar. I was talking about the party.
Yeah. She's just going to like eye a keg and go, "Do you just want me to tap a keg and just set it on your table?"
Yes.
Okay. All right. I like a happy party. Okay. Yeah, let's I'll do it the easy way. You're gonna see her pretty much like pry the entire top off of it instead of tapping it, just so you can dip and drink. You're gonna get pretty much what would you have here? It's gonna be local because they're farmers, so it's pretty much gonna be like a not pure moonshine, but close.
Good old bathtub gin.
Yeah. Unless you're looking for anything specific, they would have lots of like dwarven elvish ale. Like you would be able to get like even like odd like troll ale here.
This is the first time I've found out about what you guys have done for life this morning. For the last few weeks, I had probably been a bit of shock. I just want to drink.
Yeah.
I knew nothing what was going on when I joined.
This is true. Yeah, you pretty much have Thora really hasn't known anything that's going on either. So, yeah, you guys can have a lovely catch-up time if you like, by all means. But there is enough alcohol and like even a couple of the people beside you are just kind of going, ooh, okay, we got some important people and a bard. This, like it's almost to the point where they're bringing more people in and might be settling in here for the evening, even though it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Day drinking. It's what it's about.
Uh-huh. So, I would assume, Clark, give me a performance roll with advantage, please. Just in case it's a double nat 1 like before.
Nope, nat 2 nat 20s.
Why are we starting
Double
with...
nat 20s on the events.
Yeah. Okay.
This is just like last week.
How we started last time. We ended pretty much with a couple nat 20s. We had, I think,
Don't worry, it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, you had 6 nat 20s last session too. Okay, we may as well start off with 2 nat 20s. Okay.
So that would make it a 28.
Yeah. Okay. How long are you performing for?
I would stay until they actually the people look at me like, what are you still doing on stage kind of deal, you know?
Okay. You're gonna sing until you shouldn't be singing anymore. Okay.
It really sounds like
until
this.
the crowd tells me, shut the hell up.
Yeah, okay. In a small little town like this, where this level of entertainment, because you do have the instrument of illusions on top of your lute, so everything you're playing, they're watching. So they're pretty much getting your family history at the same time your friends are getting your family history. Yeah, like you're gonna be to the point where when you start playing, the room's not full. When you're done playing, the room is full, and like even people are trying to get in, and there's no more room in here. It is a very, very happy and rowdy. These people are. You've given them like a little bit of hope for today, for the second time, because I think one of your first rolls for your first performance was a nat 20.
I think if you're saying that people aren't able to get in, if
Barely,
Clark notices that, and he wants everybody to enjoy his performance.
Mm-hmm.
So as he's performing, he's actually walking towards the door and kind of urging people. He wants to go outside where the people can't get in.
Okay.
And bring basically
the people.
Yeah, doing a walk and talk.
Yeah, basically emptying the bar out into the street so everyone can enjoy his performance.
Okay. Yeah, easily.
Do we have a disappointed look on the bartender's face?
Disappointed, not really. More of a, I wish I had brought more help in today.
Well, all her patrons are being led out the door by the Pied Piper.
True. Yeah, your innkeeper, you would notice she is a very old dwarf. You can tell she's been a barkeep for a while, like she's a big girl. Oddly enough, her name is T'Challa Bone Grip. She would have introduced herself at some point. She's only 4 foot nothing. She's quite muscular, but she's got a belly on her. She's to the point where she's just almost like doing the same thing they did to you, just pretty much tapping a keg, rolling tables outside to pretty much set up people for like outside entertainment. Seeing as she's pretty much going where the music is. It is a very busy, and there's a lot of yelling back and forth. You would have seen a couple extra hands just show up at some point to help out, especially with the food. That many people in this town. This is a farming town, and you do know there's a massive what's the word I'm looking for? Like you have an entire, instead of a butcher store, you have a butcher block here for all the cattle. So it is a lot of happy people after a few hours of Clark's entertainment again. Okay, what's Alric doing?
I don't know when, but you definitely leave at some point.
Okay.
Maybe after like a few songs, since you didn't enjoy singing the first time. I also imagine he'll probably get a few mental nudges from Shadowclaw.
Yeah.
What are you doing? We should be training along those lines.
This is more, this is loud, there's too many people, I don't want to be here.
I could see.
I
could see as Clark brings everybody outside. Shadowclaw tries to get further down the street.
Pretty much, just the hair up, and it's like I'm with these people. I have to be with these people. Why am I with these people? I don't want to be here. Yeah, but you definitely get the mental let's leave the city vibe and go see what the hell's going on. Perfect.
Yeah, he wouldn't leave this. He wouldn't leave the city, but he would definitely walk around the. You can get on top of the wall, can't you? There's a little thing on.
He can teleport through it.
No, I was going to stand on top of the walls, walk around for him to.
Okay. That'll work. Give me a quick perception roll while you're on him. I don't need you to roll for your dex. You're slowly getting, unless you're in combat with him, you'll be fine. You don't see nothing. It's getting dark. What's your passive again? I don't think his was that high.
My passive is 18.
Oh, 18, okay. Must be Talos' perception's not great. I think his insight's fine.
Talos' insight's not good. His passive perception is 19.
Okay, so both characters are good. Alright. You'd be able to tell that from... It's getting closer and closer to curfew. Most people are, like, as soon as the sun starts to really go down, well, the first sun, the second one, I'm not too sure exactly how it works to two suns. I can't remember. I know this place, I've told you before, it doesn't really get dark, because you have a planet near you at all times. So, and you rotate fairly quick because you're a small planet, so you're not always dark. You're like pretty much like full moon light all the time, even at night, unless it's quite cloudy, which where you guys are is hardly ever. So you can still see quite a while, but you do see, for the most part, they're trying to keep most of their herd close, and as soon as dusk starts to hit, most people immediately just start coming inside. There are a few like small houses and cottages outside the city, but most of them are quite a few, like at least a mile away. But you don't see anything major yet.
Cool.
Yeah. And what's Hal doing? He's muted too.
I had a screaming baby. I missed half of that.
That's okay.
I just got rid of him.
Okay.
Hal's just gonna drink the night away.
Oh, okay, you're just drinking. Beautiful. Anything specific you're looking or listening for, or are you just getting hammered?
I would have listened to the songs in the party and the chats and shit. But no, I don't think much would sing out. It'd just be the demonic crap or something.
Okay.
I think I'll be like an annoying church dude by the end of the night.
Okay. At any point, would you do like your own karaoke night and get up?
Probably when the bard's gone.
Okay. Then this is not normal for you. I'll just take a straight performance roll. I won't do it with a disadvantage. Well, you're drinking. Disadvantage.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Well, that's a 7.
Yep.
You sing what you think is probably the greatest song you've ever sang before. Maybe it's an old church ballad. Maybe it's something you heard every now and then. You think you sang it great.
Karaoke, it's not meant
Your
to be sung well.
your reception from the crowd, by the time they knew you couldn't sing, was more of a, oh, I have other things I need to do. Some of them are cheering you on because they're just as drunk as you, so there's quite a few of them who think you're giving a great performance, even though if they don't know what you're talking about.
I call the
You
next dude
seem
up as I walk down.
you seem happy. That's the important part. Can I have a con save from you first? You're not immune to poison, are you? Or resistant? I don't think you
The conditions, defenses. Nah, not yet.
are. Okay, I don't think so. I'll take a con save then, see how badly drunk you are.
Drink enough, you'll get it.
Day drinking is always fun.
It's not with advantage, but it rolled. Oh no, it is with advantage. Oh no, spell. Never mind, take it back. Just take the first number.
Okay.
18.
Perfect.
I hit the save, but because I've got Warcaster, just instantly rolled advantage.
Sure did. Okay. You're used to sacrificial wine, so you're doing pretty good.
I'm happy to be hammered drunk, just not throwing up.
Exactly. You're still pretty. You're not shit-faced and on the floor yet, so you're doing fine.
We'll emphasize on the word yet.
Yeah. Are our girls home in here, or are you guys still driving?
We're back. We made it finally.
Huzzah! What do the girls want to do here?
I was literally typing, is Ani or are Ani and Kerrigan there?
All 3 of you are here, yes. After your meeting with Lucy and Ella, the rest of them wanted to just pretty much stay in the inn for the rest of the night. There is a 6 o'clock curfew. No one in or out. Gates open back up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So you guys were gonna head out in the morning to see what else was going on. You pretty much decided R&R day today. After learning of 12 brand new baby tieflings that were born. That would be, I would assume, more on the girls' mind than drinking. But Thora being a lovely barbarian and an air Genasi, you could probably drink most of these under the table if you really, really wanted to.
Yeah, I would probably go and start drinking. And then, yeah, I imagine, like, everybody, like, around her at the inn or the pub, and they're like, yeah, and she's just still, like, chugging, and the ale's, like, dripping down her face, and then she's like, oh, but what about the tiefling babies? Are they here, too? Here in the bar?
No, they were brand new, and it seems like most of whatever happened, they're trying to keep that on the low right now. So until the rest of either the parents of them or the lanes themselves tell anyone, most of the people in here don't have a clue what is going on.
Ah, well, in that case, I'll just have another drink.
Okay. I will take con saves from you then, please. It'd be more fun if you're a water Genasi, because you could just bob your head in a barrel and breathe. Oh, 20. Yeah, you're fine. Okay. Hal, you seem to have competition, and she's starting to drink more than you and seems a little bit better overall. You'd be able to tell. She's also a lot bigger and stronger than you, so it kind of works out.
I haven't had this much fun since we were wrangling Aarakocra in the sewers of the place that I'm from.
Most of the people don't have a clue what you are. There are a couple Aarakocra around, but you are... A lot of people are just kind of like staring at you, trying to figure out, it's like, what is it? What is she? Not a lot of them are asking you upright. Most farmers know to try and keep most things to themselves. But you are getting a lot of more children coming up and poking and just looking at your hair and just looking at you and just going, what are you?
You're very tall.
Yeah, you're tall.
I'm tall and airy and windy, and that makes me cool.
You're cool.
Yep.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of like farming children. Just like this is completely new to them. Like you'd be able to tell a lot of these people don't leave this town a lot, except for work. So even seeing like certain different types of fae is a little odd here. Most of the people here you're getting are you have an abundance here. You guys weren't here last session, so it's pretty much every race is here. You're gonna have orcs here, you're gonna have trolls here, you're gonna have goblins here, dwarves, humans. This is an eclectic mix of pretty much every race you can think of is currently here. And now in Genasi. And one Owlin, because there's not many. And technically, Alric's the only brownie, because there's only 4 brownies left.
Have we come across other Tabaxi before? Once or twice?
Across, I think 2 so far. One was a tailor, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The one I met, sessions 1.
You've met one. And Annie, I think you've only met another. There are a few, not as many since the accident 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just rare little group. It's fine.
Yeah, like you'd know there's maybe 100 left-ish. But most of them are either in Marzel, you'd know there's a few others there, or they're on the other island. A lot of them are, actually some would be up in Hyrule. There's quite a few that are heads of the merchant guilds, and most of them are merchants for the most part that you know. There's not a lot of specialty combat ones. Most are merchants. And Alric would know there's a lot in his old, your old job. There's a lot of Tabaxi there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. I don't think do I have any Tabaxi in this town? Let me look at my list of people. Nope. Not yet. Well, if you went searching around. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys are free to do whatever you want the rest of the night. What would Annie and Kerrigan be doing? Kerrigan's getting pretty much the same treatment Kerrigan gets everywhere. Kids want to play with him. You would also
definitely
notice,
I will.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. You would also notice anytime the door opens, Kerrigan's immediately trying to track and follow Shadowclaw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to leave?
Or just find him because it's a fun game of hide and seek. Yeah.
I kind of want to let him have at it.
Cat and cat instead of cat and mouse.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cat and bigger cat.
And smaller cat.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try to distract him with the kids. Like if kids want to play with him, take him over, like, away from the door a little bit and just let kids climb on him and, Yeah. If he'll have it, if he wants to play with the kids, like, play with the kids. Not if it's going to, like, distress him or something, but...
Yeah, not too much. Like, this is, you're going to be getting quite a few of, like, there's not really a big guard situation here, but a lot of them are, oh, there's a predator here, you're in a farming town, like, there's a lot of cattle coming in here to be slaughtered, so Kerrigan's senses are probably a little out of whack here. There's a lot going on for him.
Okay, yeah, if we'll just keep an eye on him, and, like, if it seems like he's getting, like, overwhelmed, like, we'll just get some food and milk or water, something, like, take him up to a room and just kind of chill.
Yeah, I think he was throwing a bone this morning too, so he'd probably still have that to play with and nod. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else you guys want to do in this town before nightfall or during nightfall?
Well, I was thinking, since I got everybody in a little bit better spirits, I would like to basically try to find the person that looks the most distressed.
Okay.
And walk up to them and ask, so what has been happening in your fields as of late? I've heard there's been some mishaps.
You will. Ooh, actually, I do have a Tabaxi in here. Not here in the inn, but I did find a Tabaxi here. Fun.
Oh, remember, I am now outside the inn with all the people.
Right, so let's say you run into. Okay. You are gonna find yourself face to face with a very tall, 7'7". She's quite muscular.
Jesus.
She's not that pretty. She's an orc. She has, like, matted hair, black hair, green eyes, quite gray skin. You'd be able to tell from the look of her that she's well, she's in, what do I have her in? She's currently in just pretty much coveralls. She's going to tell you her name is Aleph Stoneswarm. She is the head farmer. You know, when anything tries to attack your main herd, it's hard to, we've lost quite a few. At some point we were like 1 to 2 a day, which that adds up a lot. We feed everybody here on Luna 1, so you know, there's lots going on.
Have you got to see what is attacking your herds?
If you remember correctly, last session, Hal did get information of what was attacking you guys, what was attacking them. She'll go over the same thing. She's going to pretty much describe a Vrock again to you. The same thing that originally you guys fought. Well, it summoned a couple things, and you seen Chester, Lady Tandrin, and Archmage Orator go to town on about 100 of them. So winged creatures that are coming out of portals and have the ability to summon others. She says that there's, she would have still said the same as before, there's not many left. It's just more of a nuisance, and the hunters are out trying to kill the last ones and give the all clear. But there's still, no one has been able to try and pinpoint how or why.
So you not seen exactly where they are originating from?
Well, we originally thought, we thought they were wyverns, because, like, we deal with them all the time. There's only, like, 20 or 30 of them, usually full-time, but, they know not to bother our herd. Most of them usually just catch fish, just because that's the closest source of easy food for them. But these things, like weird black portals are opening, and what keeps coming out of them, it's quite random. We got one spot where I don't know how to describe it. I don't know magic. This black thing opens and then it closes. Then it tries to open and closes. It almost looks like... What did they say? What did Lucy tell me? Oh, how did she describe it? It was like there was some sort of magical source that was shorting out. Sometimes something would come through, other times it would not. But
are these?
They're random. That's the.
Are these? So they're not always appearing in the same location.
No. Same general vicinity within like a mile of each other. But it's only been like one day, and then we're good for 2 or 3 days, and then maybe one that day. It's really only been happening for a couple weeks, I think. Maybe 3. Hard to tell.
And so they.
If you give me a history.
So you get a 1 day break in between?
Sometimes 3 days in a row, and then none for 2 or 3. It's been very troubling and trying. Most of our rangers are, we're losing them too in the struggle.
Well, that is not good.
No.
Could you tell me approximately where the area that this black magic is opening?
Yeah. Mostly, she's just gonna take a look at her bearings and go, about a half a day northeast that way. Pretty much where you're told the day before, too. And Lucy also told you pretty much in that same area, which is where you were heading in the morning with her.
Yeah,
it's pretty much the same general thing from everybody, yeah. Give me a quick history roll. She put a timeline down for you, though.
Yeah, I just wanted to, kind of double check.
Yeah.
See if everybody's story lines up. Where is history? There's history. Hey, 19.
Her timing coincides with the day you touched a fountain and got a vision.
Probably coincidence.
Which pretty much set you out on this journey.
I thank you, my lady.
Maybe a day-ish before, in or around there anyway. Because you would also remember that one attacked your family farm the day before you touched the fountain.
Yes.
So, in and around there.
I thank you, my lady. You have been so helpful.
Well, I try. We're all kind of worried, but I heard your song earlier. You said you're here to help. There's other people here to help. It's all I need.
Well, we will do our best to take care of your problem. And Clark will basically flutter up. Since she's so tall, I'm sure he can't even reach her hand.
Nope.
So he'll kind of fly up, grab her hand in his wing, give it a gentle kiss, then fly back towards the end.
Yeah, she does not know how to take that.
I kind of figured.
It's more of a head scratcher for probably 5 minutes for this orc. Yep. Trying to figure out exactly what happened. Yep. Okay. Yeah, you're pretty much going to hear the same thing if anyone you ask. Most of them are going to tell you to talk to her about it, and she's pretty much going to tell you to talk to Lucy about it. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do for the evening, or are you just going to drink and party?
No, Thora's definitely
Well, I
going
think
to keep drinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna drink till I passed out.
Okay.
Yeah, because she still doesn't really understand what is going on, so she's like, well, might as well just get drunk.
I would assume at some point, either Annie, Alric, or Clark can fill the two of you in with what's been going on for the last 2 weeks before you guys met.
I got a bit of that in Clark's song this morning.
You did.
That's what's making me drink.
Yes. But you could
Like, what have I got myself into?
You could fill Thora in fully more today if you'd liked. You've told her a few times, like you guys would have had. No, you really haven't had a lot of time together. You've had one night in your tower. That's really all the communications you guys have had as a fivesome since you came out of the Demon Glass. So yeah, today would be your second day together.
I imagine it'd be a lot of trying to explain, but they are drunk, so not a lot of it gets through.
Mm-hmm.
Distracted in conversation.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much for Thora, the gist you're going to get out of these guys, depending on your level of sobriety at the time, they have, over the last 2-ish weeks, have been randomly attacked by demons that keep coming out of portals. Some of them, there hasn't been any portals, they just have been showing up. They've also seen a few have this little stone with the shape, and it has like a rune of an antler symbol in it. They will finally tell you that they've put together who that symbol belongs to. She is a demon lord called Bashaba, who likes to take control of people for her own general pleasure. Somehow she has been creating portals from wherever she's from, and her main goal is to consume this planet for her brood. She basically wants to bring them all here and feed on you. That's what they've been pretty much dealing with for the last few weeks. And they also found a crystal inside of a machine that seemed to be an anchor or something that created a very large portal in Maybell where they found you.
Well, that's quite the happenings, I suppose. Well, this woman, she seems like quite the lady. So, no offense to anyone else, but I don't want to be eaten by any demons. So, I'd be glad to help you all out to take care of that.
I only found out about this yesterday. I only joined the day before you did, so this is all new to me too.
Well, technically you've been at least 5 or 6 days. It just felt like a couple because time constraints. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a picture of her somewhere. I don't know where I put it.
In a folder on your computer there.
There she is. Oh, I have so many folders on this computer. We will stick it in our chat here. That is who they have seen come out of a doll. They've seen her image come out of a doll. Bashaba. Black Bess. She's got a few different names. They've ran John Constantine, who you met, finally put most things together for them, and has been slowly now looking more into who she is, where she's from, and is going to eventually let you know what he finds out. And this is the demon rune that they keep finding on certain things, and they finally put together that certain creatures who have one of these can use this to open a portal and summon more creatures through it. So it's pretty much something that if they find, they keep and try and hide or destroy.
I imagine we also would have filled Thora in on the different mirror portals that we had where she was stuck in a mirror before, but with the summoning of the demons, like some of the portals were also associated with that and helped us like travel different places.
Yeah, she's gone through one of them. She would have went through one when you guys got kicked out of the demon glass and went back in through the mirror into your wizard home. So she's at least gone through one of them.
Well, this is quite the situation. And she seems to be quite a looker. And so, yeah, let's do this. Let's kick some demon ass.
Raise a glass and be like, yeah!
Yeah, most of the people in the tavern, if they hear the word demon, they're just kind of like looking around. Oh, good, there's not one here. Yeah. Okay.
At Hal's cheering, I'm just going to glance at the top of the barrel, like, how much is gone? And sort of sigh if it's more than half.
It's probably definitely more than half. You'd have a couple extra patrons just like walk on by and go, thank you. Yeah, it's not going to last long. But you definitely are going to have a good night's sleep. Okay. Anything else for the night, or do you want to press on till morning with probably, hopefully, maybe some hangovers?
Oh, I am ready to get a rest.
Okay. All right. You guys can all take a long rest. Very deserved. This has probably been your first night or day that you haven't been attacked in a long time. It's been a good R&R day.
Before we go to bed,
yep,
I'm going to waste a level 4 spell.
Okay.
Of Lesser Resurrection, like upscale it to 4.
Oh, Lesser Restoration? Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to get rid of Thora's hangover for the morning.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't know how you did that, but I'm much obliged.
Yeah. Then in the morning, I'll cast a level 2 on myself.
Okay. That'll work. All right. Cleric, are you or anyone going to use your orb before bed? Now that you have it, I will remind you of all the fun joys you can have with that. So just let me know anytime you want to look in on someone. You now can look in on someone.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because that's what gives me the scrying.
Yeah. You can check on family, you can check on Lois, you can check on anyone who does not make the save.
No, actually, right now I think everything is cool.
Okay.
So he just wants to be ready for whatever hell happens when he gets out to the fields in the morning.
Okay. Perfect. Well, you guys can take a long rest. Come morning, I will still take Constitution saving throws from those who were going to drink themselves stupid, even with
I will
lesser
also ask
restoration.
the same question: who would drink themselves stupid?
Exactly.
Anyone still hungover in the morning?
We can do con save to see who is hungover in the morning.
Yeah, well, there was going to be no chance that I was going to survive that, nor Thora.
Thora's fine. With an 18. Barbarians and con saves. I don't know how much it would take to get Alric drunk, because he's pretty tiny.
I don't think Alric would drink.
No, probably not. But it'd be funny to see how much it would take, considering your sister's a barkeep.
I was going to say, he'd be one of those guys that just never drinks, but he's always got a cup.
Yeah.
And he has like one or two throughout the entire night, and he just sips at it like it's straight, and it's not.
Yep. I was trying to figure that out. It's like your sister, like her constitution's pretty high just because of her class, but you're only like 3 pounds. So I don't know how much liquor your body'd be able to take. That'd be a fun one to figure out.
He'd probably just collapse after one.
Yeah.
So, like, proportion of his body that becomes alcohol after one is.
Yeah. Because your clothing and your backpack alone weigh more than you do. Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay.
That's why Clark doesn't drink.
No drinking and flying. Not allowed.
He did it once and wound up somewhere. Wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
He did that once and then ended up running into a clock tower. Wasn't a pretty sight, so that's why he doesn't anymore.
Ooh, shiny light. Yeah, it's funny. Okay. Come morning, I believe you guys had 2 rooms, one for the girls, one for the guys. At some point, Alric, you will realize that you have something sleeping at the bottom of your bed. Still invisible, until it gets used to your party. He would have pretty much told you that he'd rather stay invisible until... I don't think you've told them about him yet. So until that time happens, he's going to be pretty much full-time invisible, unless you ask him not to.
I just got the picture of a divot in the sheets over his legs, and he just can't move with these typical cat. Can't with the cat.
Yeah, the cat would definitely weigh more than you too.
And I get short. I sleep less than most people. You know, just definitely anyone who sees me in the morning, I'm just sort of lying there staring at the ceiling, like I'm waiting for something. You can't tell what, but I'm waiting for the cat to move.
Yeah, I don't think the cat can take its own saddle off too, so I'll leave that up to you whether or not you took the saddle off. That thing's on pretty tight. I don't think he'd be able to get him off with claws. So someone's put it on for him. Alright. When you guys all wake up, your hangovers look to be good with your con saves. You will wander downstairs. You are going to notice that this place in the morning now, after like last night's revelry, is pretty empty. Almost as if people had a great time and pretty much went home, like their worries almost went away for the day. And you will see, though, who's ever down there first. You're going to see Lucy sitting in a chair with Chester. They seem to be drinking some tea. So who's going to be up first? Or who wants to be up first?
I think it's just going to be funny for me to do it. Because I've not met Jester.
This is true too.
I'm going to walk down in pajama state, still hungover and sorry.
Yep.
And ask what's for breakfast.
You'd be able to tell this morning it's a different barkeep because who do I have here this morning? You're going to see a human instead of a dwarf this time. He's fairly old, like 70s. He's just going to look at you and go, Brecky, what do you want? We got pretty much everything here.
Meat on meat on meat with mushrooms.
Oh, the breakfast special. All right, let me get cooking.
Yeah. I'll wave at Lucy and then go sit at a different table. Because she's obviously in an important conversation.
Yeah, as soon as you like walk away to try and sit down, Lucy's just gonna go, Hal, was it?
Yeah,
Nice
yeah, hello.
Come here. Sit.
Oh, yeah.
Drink. You look like you need it.
Greater restoration does a great trick. Lesser
Uh,
restoration, sorry. Does a great trick.
Yeah, greater would be expensive.
Yeah.
Really expensive. You're gonna see, I can't remember if I put Chester in our chat channel. I think I put the picture of Chester up a while back. I will copy and paste that and stick it in the one we're currently in. Satyr, oh, why did that not copy? Anyway, Satyr looks fairly youngish. If you know satyrs, he looks young. He's not young. I don't know how much the other guys have really told you about Chester. Alric,
I think they just said Chester was coming.
Yeah. Hi. Chester, you would know. They would have told you about him. He is Lady Tandrin's main guard. He's the head of security in Marzel. He is a happy-go-lucky person that could and would take your head off instantly if he needed to without blinking and with a smile on his face. He's also the one who put most of these guys on track to come here and deal with the situation. He's been the main contact for the most part. Hal, is it?
Yeah. What's up, little man?
Chester. Pleasure.
Nice to finally meet you after they've said very little about you.
Oh, I'm sure they've told you all the fun stories. Don't worry. Anyway, I heard you guys have been having some fun. Clark told me a few things, but I figured I'd come by and see about the fun little newborns. That's something different.
Yeah, that was a weird little song to come out of him. He had two voices.
He didn't know that. He wasn't here for that. What song? I wasn't here for a song. What do you mean two voices? Are you drunk?
Clark was singing about tieflings, and then he sung, and another voice came from him at the same time. It was a weird little thing, but a cool song.
Well, coming from his family,
I'll start saying bits and pieces about it, because you've only heard it once, so it's not like I remember it at all. But I'll just say a few phrases that stuck.
Yeah. Seems like a good song. Right.
Yeah.
It's your Hal. Right. How'd you guys meet? I haven't really heard the whole story.
I was looking for John. They were looking for John.
Ah, good coincidence. Love it. John's an entertaining little bastard, isn't he?
He's definitely some of that.
Woo. Yeah, he's into some things that most people don't want to touch with a 200-foot pole, but to each their own. He is useful. That's all I know. It's the main thing. As long as he's useful and he's not doing anything stupid. A lot of people thought he was the main cause of all this with his connections, but glad it's not. Well, so you guys met in Maybell. How long you lived there for? I can tell by the colors. I know who you worship. You're armored. Well, you don't have armor on, but I've heard a little about you, but nothing major. I ran into Eldred on the way here. He's informed me of a few things.
I've been there most of my life. Okay. Always been part of the church.
Good. I'm not really a church guy, but
yeah. Easy way to get powers. Just got to live a little bit of a stricter lifestyle.
No, should be. If you want strict, work for Lady Tandrin. The rule list, don't work for Lady Tandrin. The rule list on my contract is, whoo, that took a couple weeks to read. Anyway, Lucy here. I met walking in here. Lucy's just gonna look and go. I've known of Chester, but I've never met him. My sister mentioned him in a letter a while ago. Anyway, we've been having a lovely conversation about what happened over the last couple days here. He's told me really not to worry about it, so that's a good thing. I've told him about our little problem out in the fields. He tells me that's your problem, so we'll deal with that. Chester's just gonna look at you and go, yeah, we'll just wait for the rest to come down. We may as well have a lovely little heart-to-heart here. I've been lent out for a couple days, so I'm here to deal with a few things. I would assume by now the rest of you guys are waking up and coming down.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say, I think Clark will be coming down, and as he sees you kind of see him from the middle of the stairs. He'll look over. Chester, how the hell are you? It's been a little while.
Clark, you're happier than the last time I seen you. What the hell are you wearing?
We'll get into that at some point.
I didn't see a cape kind of guy to me, but I kind of like it. Coloring's a little odd, but alright.
I like these colors,
I can see your mother stitching a little. Nice tower. Definitely a lot different.
And have you been filled into what has been going on in this area?
Yeah, Lucy here's given me the general gist, yeah. That's pretty much what you guys are here for, though.
I'm going to walk upstairs and get into my armor and come back down for breakfast. Hopefully get it at the same sort of time. Okay. And I'll kick the others awake while I'm up there and being like, your guest has arrived.
Instead of some green pajamas. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Money will go down with Kerrigan and see Chester and just kind of walk up and like nod, like, Chester.
Annie.
Wow. We seem to have a new party member joining us. If you'd like to meet her, and kind of like drag over Thora. This is Chester. He kind of got us all here. He's a good one to know.
Hi, Chester. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Hi.
Hi.
Genasi?
Oh, yeah, that's me. She's like swirling her hair around, and it's just like floating and wind wisping around.
Where'd you come from? There's no Genasi on this place.
Well, that is the million gold piece question, isn't it? Yeah, I came out of a mirror, and I don't remember anything before that. So, yeah, I'm hoping that maybe these fine folks can help me figure that out whenever I help them with the current situation, you know.
And perhaps you might know how someone might have got trapped in a mirror for who knows how long, and she doesn't know where she came from. We don't know where she came from either. It's a question.
Sorry, what type of mirror? I have no idea what you're talking about. You guys never
It
filled
was
in
one of
on
the.
that at all.
That is right. It was one of the shadow
okay.
mirrors. We ended up having to basically get 7 years of bad luck in order to get this fine lady out of her entrapment.
I remember you mentioning something about a demon glass portal. You didn't really tell me what it was. You just assumed that I knew.
Oh yeah, but that
You're
wasn't it though. She was in our house. The mirror was in our house, and she was trapped there.
You have a house.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
We will get.
We lost track of it.
We will get. We will get to all of this stuff on our way.
Okay.
This.
I really only got like the main points of what happened up north. Okay. Pleasure to meet you. Anyway. I would love. Yeah, that's going to be a fun conversation. I think. Genasi, I think, from the coloring. Wow. Okay. Read about you.
Well, here I am, right here in the flesh.
I think Clark is going to kind of flutter up to her ear and say, he leads kind of a sheltered life, and please forgive him.
Hey, it's all right. I mean, we're in the same boat. I don't really know who I am either, so, say la vie.
I have a feeling, you never know. Memories come and go. If you probably tried real hard or someone hit you in the head pretty hard, one or two might come through. I wouldn't worry too much about that.
I'm sure.
And that is why I write everything in song. That way it's easy to remember.
I heard you sang a good song. Something about tieflings? No one should know that.
Yeah, we are in the bar, right?
You are. Breakfast.
Okay, so... Okay, nobody here. I was... You kind of see Clark look around and it's like to see if anybody heard him mention tiefling.
No. Hal, at some point, you're going to get a steak with mushrooms, steak and mushroom meat pie, and then just random bits of just like vegetables, steak, and mushrooms.
Sounds good.
Yeah. No one has really heard you talk about tieflings, no.
Well, okay, because I hearing Chester mention tiefling, it was like kind of put Clark on edge, so he was looking around to make sure no one.
Yeah.
Well, we got to keep it down about the tieflings. No one.
Nothing major, really. They're just they're extremely rare. Like.
Yes, that is why I don't want
generations rare.
That is why I don't want the entire town to know they are here yet.
Well, you're just gonna see him like look around, put a hand up, and like pretty much just cast something, and pretty much you slowly are unable to hear everything around you, and you just kind of looks around and goes, "That'll work."
Out of silence.
Well, he's just going to wave the bar. Not yet.
Yeah, so more than average in this little.
I've heard.
In this little hamlet, so.
Yeah, one here would be rare. 12 is just ridiculous. Usually, there's some sort of intervention or pact apparent made with some sort of, demons or devils at some point in their lives, which means either one has been here without our knowledge, something about their ancestors' past caused it, or just pure dumb luck. I don't believe in luck. So I have a feeling I'm leaning more towards something's already been here without us and Marzel knowing about it. So I want you guys to keep doing what you're doing and keep in contact with John. I don't have long. I'm going to, well, keep an eye out for weird things in around the parents of these tieflings while I'm here. I also have to pop over to Hyrule at some point and request a meeting with all the merchant heads, and, well, Lady Tandrin pretty much wants to see if we can have, like, some sort of general council between all their leaders, and pretty much all the leaders of every city that's, around here. Events up in Maybell pretty much suggests to us that there's a lot more going on here than we originally thought. I think we need a general council of some sorts. So that's what I'm here for.
And these portals that have been popping up,
Yeah.
I would really like to know where they originate from.
I'm more interested on who's doing it, not really where they're from yet. We've been trying to use magic to try and figure that out, but it... Ellerid told me something about some sort of machine you guys found up in Maybell.
Who has the crystal? Do we know? Do we remember?
I think Annie still has it.
Do I have it, or is it in the bag of holding?
It might be in there. I think Clark has the bag of holding.
Yeah, I think
I
it's in
do.
the bag of holding.
Well, yes, we found this this machine which had, and I'll take out the kyber crystal and
Machines. Mm-hmm.
hand it to Chester. Had this inside.
You're gonna see him pretty much like put it under the table and look at it. This is more of a nobody should see this thing. You're gonna notice Hal and Annie. You notice Clark. I think you too a identify spell. I don't know if Clark can. I can't remember. I think maybe just Annie can do identify.
Yeah, I can.
I used to be able to, but I got rid of it.
Like his eyes are gonna glow. You're gonna see him cast a few different things. Weird.
Does that help you in any way?
Yeah, yes and no. Describe what the machine looked like? I didn't really get a description of it. This is non-magical. It'll hold magic. It'll hold a lot of magic. But innately, there's no magic in this at all.
Is it like a conduit?
Yeah. Like,
It did shock the fuck out of me.
that was the machine. That was the electricity this thing was creating that gave you the shock.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. This is not magic. This is science. I got a couple of people I can ask about this back at the Moonkeep. A couple of their engineers and artificers might know. The machine you've seen sounds familiar with what they're working on. I'd hate for that to be a coincidence. Like, he's gonna look at, like, imagine, a couple of you guys know magic. Imagine channeling all your energy into this thing every day. I think you could do it for a long time before this thing even came to be able to not take a charge. This thing will hold a lot, and this is small.
Would we then be able to use that
Yeah.
to power something?
Or open something.
Mm.
And do you know where this came from? The crystal itself. Was this in, like, one of the rooms that you guys found? Like, this was in the machine, but have you found out where it's from?
Before the machine, no.
Give me a history roll. You do know.
We do? Okay.
Yep.
I was gonna say, I feel like I know, but I don't put my finger on it.
You were on Buster at the time.
Okay.
Alric, you can give me one too.
Alec's still stuck under Shadow Claw. He hasn't come down yet.
Oh, okay, perfect. You're ignoring everybody. Beautiful. Annie, 17's enough. You would remember when you met the dwarf Zelda. She had one, and she told you that her parents found it in the abandoned mine. It was mined. It was part of... they found it mining.
Okay, I did remember that story, but I did not remember that these were the same things. Okay.
Yeah, same crystal.
Cool, okay.
She showed you one, but she kept it. Actually, no. She told you about one. She didn't have it in her possession. That's what the bandits came to look for.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was found in a mine.
Okay. Well, that's strange. I've never seen anything like it before. Better keep that in that bag there, Clark.
Do you think we should channel, like try to put some of our energy into it, or keep it as it is?
Until I can find someone I trust to look at it more in depth, keep it in the bag. Don't touch it.
Okay.
I don't know what I can do. That's strange.
Clark is actually going to, as he's putting it back in the bag, he's going to kind of disobey Chester, just to try. And he is, as he's putting it in the bag, he's actually going to give it a bardic inspiration to see what would happen when magic is cast on it.
Okay. See, a bardic is more innate. That is more like an ability you can do. It's not technically a spell.
It's like good morale.
Yeah. It's like giving someone a pat on the back and them going, I feel better.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So nothing. You
That's
look at
the
it.
cantrip.
Yeah, you can give me an insight check to see if you cheered the innate object up.
You know what? What the heck? Insight.
Insight, a kyber crystal.
14.
Maybe looking at it, you seen your reflection wink, and maybe it wasn't you. It's hard to tell. It's a kyber crystal. But pretty much a energy source, not magic itself. It can just hold a lot. So for someone to be able to channel a lot of magic into that to open up a portal and just ignore it and leave it, they either have a lot more of them or you guys interrupted something. It was hard to tell up on Maybell at the time because the city was on fire. Are you going to let him know your thoughts on the fact that it was in the military district?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that would be important.
Okay, you let him know that too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He's pretty much... you'd get a little... Give me an insight on Chester. Everyone can.
All of us?
Yeah, might as well. Except for Alric, because he's pretty much just...
17.
You can't tell it, Alric, but your cat is awake and just staring at you, waiting for you to move. This is just more of a who's gonna move first contest.
Typical cat thing.
Hal, you're the only one who gets a little bit from Chester. He's kind of a hard guy to read. Some of the things you guys are telling him, he's quite worried about, and it's more a little bit, how did these guys figure this out and not us? Kind of thing.
Can I just give him a wink?
You can. You're almost just gonna get like a small eye roll. Right. You guys are okay. You're on the right path. Keep at it. Keep me informed. Right.
Before you go, there's one more thing that you might want to know. Are you familiar with the Red Wizards of Thay?
Oh. Okay. Right. How do you know that? That's something from a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's not something I was alive for at the time. Heard stories from the old man though.
But you know what they are and how terrible they were.
Yeah.
All of this that's going on, they might be involved in somehow, or a group of someone's might be trying to resurrect them, basically, bring them back. And it could be tied with all of the demon portals.
Right.
Oh yeah, we
Another
released the
layer
demon
of bad.
Thora, I can't remember if they told you about them. Give me a history roll for Thora, please. Okay.
I don't think
never
they
heard. Your memory, that memory has not specifically come back to you yet. Okay.
We released a demon from a mirror who's chasing the demon lord.
I heard part of that.
John said it was a good idea.
That's John. I think everything's a good idea to him. Okay. Well. Right. The more he talks to you, you'd get the more that he's almost like making a mental list. Now I have to do this. Now I have to do this. Now I have to do this. This is bigger than I thought. You'd get the sense that he almost needs to leave, but protocol and procedure says he's not allowed to leave this table until he knows the conversation is done. This is more of a I need to go, guys. Yeah, thanks for this. But he's still quite stoic, and he's just sitting there nodding, going, right. Another problem. Okay. Well, you said that the souls were trapped in the dolls that were in Endolin's lair, that you found in the demon glass with the demon you killed before you set one free.
Yes.
Yes, and those souls were also potentially related to the Red Wizards.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to have a conversation with some people that are not going to be happy about that. Oh, by the way, Alric, yeah, you can definitely get out of bed if you like. With a 17, that's enough to be able to move your legs off the cat. Yep. And you're gonna get like an almost giggle, well, like a cat laugh, not a purr, more of a. All right, let's get up. That was fun.
We'll go for those scowl watching the divot just disappear the second I'm gone.
Yeah, pretty much. Just a poof. You don't even feel the cat leave.
I'll start heading downstairs.
Yeah, you're going to notice that it's still a technically kitten that likes to play games. By the time you come downstairs, the conversation is pretty much over. Chester's going to look at everybody and just kind of shake his head and go, okay, well, I'm going to have to keep in more contact with you guys than I originally had planned. I thought I was going to be able to just let you guys go, and in a small amount of time, you have found out a lot. On a good note, though, pretty much what I've been able to gather, Lady Tandrin, Abigail, Archmage Orator, whatever was in their heads is gone. Abigail was at least able to place all three of them in a nice little safe area, and she's got the ability, you'd know, like in being in Marzel, time goes a little differently there. That's part of what Alec and Abigail do, is they're the main source of keeping the time dilation for Marzel under control, so time goes a little bit slower. He's telling you about a place where Abigail can speed up time by quite a lot. That's pretty much where Alric Spoon, where Shadowclaw got put for training. So just like, it's a nice little spot for if we need to speed something up, especially recovery time. So, they've had quite a bit of time to get a lot better. They're pretty much full faculties again, and most of them are remembering almost everything, which is good. None of them are happy. Most of them are quite angry. I told you about Abigail. We're over that. She's doing quite good now. So don't have to worry about that too much. This information might put all three of them back on the back burner a little. Not too much Archmage Orator, because he didn't really have much of a past, but we'll deal with that later. I'm going to tell all this to them. I think I'm going to try and keep it in-house to the main 5 or 6 people in Marzel that I trust with this information. I would probably expect... what are you guys working on next?
The demon spawning with the cows.
That part I know, yeah. Lucy's pretty much sitting at the table listening to all of this, and she has not said a fucking word. She is literally just looking back and forth and like backpedaling a little, and every time she backpedals, Chester grabs her chair and pulls her forward, looks at her, and just pretty much, no, you need to know. That's fine. Your sister's in this mess too. She is pretty much just, oh, I only have demons to deal with here. You guys have a lot more going on. I'm gonna shut up about it. It's like little tieflings being bored. That's not a problem. So you're gonna help Lucy here. Where were you headed next? You said something about the abandoned keep up north. We've checked that out quite a few times, but nothing really lately. It's really just an old abandoned mine that, well, they delved too deep and pretty much collapsed a lot of it. They also didn't find a lot of things up there, from the reports that I got. I've never been there myself. I know there's, like, wyverns up there, and, well, I think the main problem is, I think there is a few, other creatures that, escaped when things went down, that escaped up there, but I think he should be fine. I don't know what else. Oh yeah, you would have told him that the Kyber crystals came from there, right? I don't know. Be careful. I really don't know what was left up there, or what is up there.
Well, I think the first thing we have to deal with is to help these fine people stop losing all their livelihood by trying to figure out how these portals are opening and dumping these demons onto their grazing lands.
Well, from what you've told me, I'm gonna assume those machines you found with that crystal inside, there's probably more of them. If it's what created the portal in Maybell that summoned the big creature, I'm assuming there's more of them that you gotta find. And if we can't find them with magic, guess it's gonna be good old use your eyeballs.
Yeah, we just kind of stumbled across that one.
Yeah. But if there's one, there's gotta be more. This one was underground, you said. Well, I guess one of the other things I need to tell everybody about is to check the sewer systems in pretty much every town, village, keep, castle on this planet. See if we can find some more.
That will take quite some time.
Uh-huh. Well, I gotta go visit people to try and get this council going, so maybe I'll send a few other people to help look. Especially considering that the day we met, we got attacked in Marzel. Maybe there's one there too. I don't know how. Well, magic's not really able to detect this thing. Huh, this has been going on for quite a while. Anyway, keep in contact. I need to leave immediately. He's going to look at Lucy and go, they're babies. They're tieflings. Love them. That's all you really got to do. That's all you got to tell the parents. Maybe let's keep them, hidden for a bit. And Lucy's just going to nod and go, right. If you see my sister, give her a hug. And Chester's just going to nod and go, she's in Marzel with... she's doing quite a lot of work with your old friend Ned. They're doing good. They got most people over there now. It's, the amphitheater's been almost built. They're putting finishing touches on that, and I think sometime soon they're gonna pretty much open that to the public, I think, for some cheap entertainment. So next time you guys are there, maybe you can take a day.
Out of game, if we have seen one of those machines, would a locate object spell help us locate other ones, or would that only take us back to the same one?
Well,
Could we locate an object on the crystal that would potentially be powering it, which would lead us to the machine?
You will have to test the locate object spell with the crystal at some point to see if that'll work for you.
You don't cast the spell on the crystal, do you?
You don't cast it on it, but you've been told that it is not magical. It will amplify magic. So you would probably know to try it at some point and see what happens first. But yes, you would be able to locate object and hopefully be able to find something what you're looking for. You've only seen one machine, maybe others are a little different, so that spell might be a little finicky. You do know it used a lot of copper wire. It might be copper would be the best thing to locate.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, and you guys have also been told that there is a shortage of copper. Maybe you now know why.
Clark's going to turn to Lucy and ask, do you know of any underground passages that may under this fine town?
Oh, here? Oh no, we're outhouses here. There's not a lot of. Like most of us can like clean things. Like there's quite a few magic people. Like prestidigitation will do most of everything around here. You really don't need a sewer system for something small like this place.
Well, not necessarily sewer. Maybe some abandoned mine tunnels or anything like that.
If there are, you'd have to go up to. I personally don't know anything, but like I said before, if you go talk to Leo Frick up at the Elder Tome, he's the oldest in the town. He pretty much knows most things, and his family did work in the abandoned keep.
And we'll turn to the party. And what do you think? Should we hit that up before heading out?
I definitely want to see the abandoned keep. I've wanted to go there for a while.
Lucy's pretty much just going to look at you guys and go, well, I'm going to go check at home first. Give me an hour, and then if you guys want to hit the fields up, just come get me. I need a drink. Yeah, and she's pretty much just going to go up, wave goodbye, nod to Chester, and not run out, but close.
I'm going to point at the food and be like, everyone should get this.
Yeah. There's a lot of meat and a lot of mushrooms in front of you, because that's what he wanted.
You didn't much for me, but that pie looks good.
Okay. I think this is a great time to take our first break.
I'm going to go make a coffee. We'll be back in a sec. So this works very well.
Well, we do have everybody back. So, where to first? Would you like to hit up the Elder Tome and talk to that person, or you just want to wait for Lucy and then head out?
Well, Clark will head. Clark wants more information, so he will head to the Elder Tome.
Yeah, it's in the city.
Yeah, Alric would remember exactly where it is. He's done a couple laps of this town now. He pretty much knows where everything is.
Yeah,
He jumps on his cat and disappears to show us the way.
No, but I will show the way. They'll strut.
Yeah, you guys would definitely know something. I can't remember if he told you about Shadowclaw. I don't think he really has. Or did you?
Shadowclaw hasn't deliberately shown herself, so I wouldn't have been mentioned it.
Yeah, you would notice Alric's been a little absent. I think is the right word in certain situations. But other than that, I don't think
the fact that he fell out of the sky.
He did fall out of the sky. Yes.
How big is Shadowclaw in relation to Kerrigan?
Pretty much just a little bit bigger than a normal house cat. Think Mancoon size.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they can get pretty big.
They can. So pretty much Mancoon size. So still technically small. Kerrigan's medium. So about half of Kerrigan.
Okay, and then Kerrigan's still a young panther, right? So still not necessarily as big as a full-grown panther.
Correct.
Okay.
I also have a new, I think. Token for Kerrigan. Oh, that's upside down.
That's what she looks like when she's playing with the kids.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is now Kerrigan's token. Updated.
Whoa, fierce. Okay.
Yeah. Alric's, on the other hand, looks like a normal cat. Nice big like,
Aww.
stripe saddle. Alaric's seen him a little not invisible though, and Alric, you would know that this thing's got like battle spurs for its back claws to help with penetrating armor.
Each time I look at the image, I always think it should have like a thick Queen's English British accent.
Quite possible, yeah. Kind of butler stance there, yeah. You should know by now, I don't do accents. Or voices. I try.
He's very posh.
Yeah.
I was going to say, to me, you always do one, but that's just your normal accent.
It's just me, yeah. Alright. You eventually find a lovely little store called the Elder Tome. The Elder Tome is pretty much this town's version of a bookstore. There's not a lot in here. This is more, if you wanted like farmers' almanacs, this is the store to come to in this town. If you're looking for like any histories on crops, this place, it sounds like it's a normal bookstore. It is not a normal bookstore. This is... You get a gauge that as soon as you come in here, it's like a kind of like, what's the one? I don't think you guys... We have a co-op here? Anyway, it's like a store that all farmers come to for. Just like a general store, but more... not regular goods. This is just the... Who would have that? The Elder Tome would have that.
Would they have anything predating the earthquake?
In here, because the town... how old is this town? You will have to ask.
That will give him time to find the information.
Yeah, the main person you're going to find behind this area, you've been told his name is Leofric. Human. Quite old. Like, he ain't moving quick. Spotty, white hair. You can tell that he has lived most of his life probably outside. He's quite well tanned. Still has a nice beefy build. Very short beard. And you'd be able to tell, like, he doesn't move quick, but he sees a lot.
Why do I picture the Tim Conway character from the Carol Burnett show? Just shuffling along.
Yep. He's got like a cane in his hand that he's using to like pretty much grab stuff off top shelves. There's not a lot of people in here. Most people drank themselves stupid last night, so this town's a little sparse this morning, even for a farm town. He's about 5'1", so he's got a nice little hump. Like,
he's only a foot taller than I am. Not too bad.
Not too bad. Can I help you all? Anything?
Yeah, so...
You don't look from around here. You're too clean.
Good observation, my fine gentleman. We are not from around here.
Well,
we are looking for some information. We were told to come to you.
come to me.
You seem to be a wise man in the ways of this fine city.
He's gonna you're gonna see him start scratching himself. And, what? I don't know if I've been called wise. I know some stuff. Who told you to come see me? No one really tells people to come see me. They just come see me.
Our friend Lucy.
Oh, right. Yeah, she sends people to me every now and then, usually for like a couple ailments. But what do you need? You don't look like you need anything that I usually sell.
Well, we are looking for some information. Was wondering if you know if this town may be sitting on any old mine tunnels or naturally occurring caves or anything underground.
That's a loaded question. Weird question too. Well, like there's lots of old abandoned mines up north, northeast. I guess technically it'd be, yeah, northeast from where you are. Under the town, though, no. Like there's mountains everywhere, so I'm sure there's a couple. We've had the odd sinkhole, but that does happen when you have lots of earthquakes.
That is true, sir. That is true.
Like up near Hyrule, they lost their lake 15 years ago, so that was strange. Get drained out somewhere into the sea. Not really around here.
How far? How far northwest? How far northwest is these? Are these tunnels? Would they happen to be where the? If you know about the strange demon creatures that are appearing out in the pastures of the find.
I've heard something about that, but I don't leave this place, so it's just hearsay to me. I've never seen one. Not too sure about demons.
Would you know if these tunnels are under these pastures?
Well, let me go look at something. He's pretty much just gonna say, "Man, you young one." He's gonna point to Annie. You good at helping people? Maybe she's not.
I guess not.
I guess we don't have any. Okay. Or she's muted and doesn't realize she's muted. Anyway, how? He's just going to point to you. If anyone comes in, just help them with something if you can. He's pretty much telling you to tend behind while he goes somewhere else. He doesn't want anyone to come in here without, someone to say hi.
What was that?
Sit there and look confused and be like, okay.
Oh, no, I wasn't too sure if Annie was here. Okay. So you're going to see
I'm sorry. I was muted. I'm sorry.
That's what I thought. Anyway, this old man pretty much just asked one of you guys to watch the shop while he went into the back.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. You're going to see him go into the back, and quite a while, like 20 minutes is going to go by, and you're going to see him come out with this rolled up piece of parchment. He's just going to move you guys out of the way and put it on the table and go, well, you're going to see him blow a whole bunch of dust off this thing. Well, I wasn't here when this place was built, obviously. I'm not one of the lucky ones that live forever. This is, I think, one of the original blueprints of the town. Would this help?
It sure would. And Clark will...
Give me investigation rolls, please. Okay. You can...
19.
Okay. Anyone who wants to roll and who's looking, I'm good with. You can roll. This is just pretty much to see if you could read a map. Ooh, okay.
Al can't.
Al, this is... Wow.
Hey, Alric.
I'm staring this thing down.
You are.
Just draw blank expressions on our face.
That's funny. Okay, I needed a 20. So Annie, you're the only one who is going to notice. It's a very old map. You get from the topography of this place that this town originally was supposed to be built more west. The original plans had it westward, and then you'd be able to see a whole bunch of scribbles in a new area where the town now was built. Whether or not there was unstable structures or anything, you'd be able to gauge that this old map was like one of the very first drawings of where this town was going to be built, and you'd see they were going to do it there and then moved it here for some unknown reason. You're not going to see any really main things that say, there's stuff buried here, there's stuff buried here. You would gauge that over time, it's been a while, there's been earthquakes. Some of the buildings that are on the map aren't here anymore.
I will point that out to him. Do you know why the town was not built where it was originally supposed to be built?
Oh, he's gonna take a look and go, huh, strange. Nope.
What's over there?
Really not a lot. We use some of it for just pretty much grazing. Nothing major. We got a bit of wheat growing over there. It's quite damp. Holds water well. I'm honestly not too sure. Maybe there was too much water underneath.
Do you know if there's any mines in that area?
No, there's I don't think there's really anything under there. It's just pretty much flat grass. It's possible people have found pockets of any, like gems, gold. You can really find that stuff anywhere, but most people hit mountains up for that. Could have been old prospector area. I honestly don't know. The only ones that would have all the more information would be up in Hyrule. You'd have to talk to one of the head merchants or see what they know, but this is all I got.
Would you mind if we take this map?
Oh, I didn't even realize I had it, so as long as you bring it back, sure. Like I said, I don't need it.
And that we will, good sir.
Just as a reminder, you would have also been told his parents worked at the abandoned mine itself. You haven't asked him anything specific about that. You were just looking for tunnels. You didn't specifically ask him about the mine to the northeast.
No, I did ask about abandoned mine tunnels when I first asked him.
Okay, I assumed you meant just around here. Because you said in the town.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I did say in the town.
You did.
Okay. I did.
Well, where did you get such a nice bookshop from? Was it from your parents, or did you come up with it on your own?
Oh, the elder told him the name? Yeah, well, I think it was my great-grandfather built this building. Or great, I don't know. I don't know, my kids didn't really want this place. Most of them are hunters right now for the most part. Hopefully when I go they take it over, but meh. I just like to help out pretty much anyone with anything they really need.
So you took it over from your parents then?
Oh, yeah. Pretty much, they worked. Well, Dad worked up north, up in the old keep up there, off and on, till that went. Didn't really tell me much other than stay away. I don't know. I might have a few things if you're looking for mining stuff. I got their old mining equipment still. Maybe there's some stuff in there you might need. I don't know why you'd want to go poking into stuff like this, though. You don't seem
I'm curious.
Prospecting sort.
It's our way of helping people.
Oh, well, a couple of you pretty scrawny for that, but all right. I'll be right back and watch the door. You're eventually going to see a couple people walk in, take a look around, notice you guys and a panther, kind of spin and go, nope. I'll come back. Eventually you're going to find, he's going to bring you guys a chest. Looks quite old. This is also covered in dust. He's just going to hand it to you guys and go, well, I've never really found any use for this, so if you guys want to go poking into places most people don't want to go poking into, bring it back when you're done. I'm not really a sentimental guy, but we're still families.
Well, we appreciate that, and I think we will. Maybe go spelunking or something.
I don't know what that is, but good luck with that. And I don't know what you are, but good luck with that too.
Well, I don't know what you are either, so that makes us even.
Human. Just
okay,
old.
well, then I'm Eric Genasi. And now we both know what we are. But regardless, I appreciate you giving us this information and giving us these mining supplies, and we seem to want to go on an adventure.
Well, most people don't do that around these parts, but good luck. I think. And he's pretty much like almost forgotten you guys are here. It's like, I'm going back to what I was doing before.
Can I be, since he asked me to keep a watch on the shop, and while everyone's talking to him, can I kind of just be looking around for something that looks older that would predate a lot of this?
What specifically are you looking for? There's a lot of old dusty things here. Yeah, like books, tools,
books,
pictures.
maps, anything that would kind of give me an idea of how much of the world got destroyed.
Oh, okay. Give me an investigation roll then, please.
Like how different it looks now versus, yeah, okay. Not very.
It's an old building. You'd be able to tell that this building, kind of hard to tell from the original blueprint. Maybe this isn't the original building. There's been a lot of earthquakes. You'd be able to tell that this place has been, like most things, rebuilt a few times over the years. So what it looked like originally, you'd really wouldn't be able to gauge. But you'd be able to tell that the original town was a lot smaller than it is now. But the plans they wanted this bigger, but decided maybe to move elsewhere, or you're not too sure what happened. It's just more, the blueprints look like it was original like planning stages, and they didn't really think this far ahead. It was just more for the now, for the then.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of like it was designed to be like a mining town, but then boomed bigger.
into farmland instead. It's possible, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just really intrigued about why it was not built where it was supposed to be built.
Yeah, your best bet, if you would be able to figure out you're not going to get that here, you'd have to go to one of the main libraries in either the Moonkeep or the Luna Castle, or talk to one of the head merchants up in Hyrule Castle. That's where all the merchant heads live, and pretty much everything is run through them. Any order, like anyone needs a shipment of something, the paperwork goes to them. They say yes or no, then it comes out. So anything that has to deal with anything merchant-wise is through them. They would have records of everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Or talk to your new contact, Bruce, who you would probably gauge has everything also.
Gotcha. More reasons to talk to Bruce and visit Luna Castle. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. But that's pretty much all you're going to get out of the Elder Tome. There's really nothing major there with 10.
Hey Thora, would you mind helping with this? And he points down at the chest. Unfortunately, I can't lift it.
It's about as big as Clark is.
Oh yeah, sure. I'd be glad to help you out there, Clark. I'll grab this for us.
As you guys take that outside and open it up, it is not locked. You would be able to tell, like, this is pretty much a when his father came home from work. When he wasn't up there, this is pretty much I put my jacket in here, my helmet in here, my boots in here, pretty much just everything that I wore and need for work. This is pretty much his work chest. You'd be able to tell you can strap this to the side of a horse or a donkey or put it in a cart quite easy. It's quite old. You'd be able to tell that, like, he's inscribed his initials and name on it. His father's name is on that. His grandfather's name was on that. This has been handed down quite a bit. You will find a couple handwritten notes in there. Like a small little journal of we did this today, we did this today, we did this today. You'd need more time to read it to figure out what's going on, unless you do like most people, just go to the last page. What would you do when you look through the chest? I'll leave that up to you guys. And who's looking through the chest?
I think Clark would start. But what he wants to do first is maybe check for any hidden compartments within the chest.
Okay. Investigation roll, please.
21.
It's an old rickety chest. Nothing hidden about it. It's just one big chest. No extra compartments at all.
Okay.
This old man's boring.
Inside, you're gonna find like uniform and all that. Definitely some sort of mining pick. This one's a little different. When you go through the journal, though, what languages do you speak?
I speak Celestial and Common.
Okay, it's not in a language you know.
So I will hold it up. Anybody recognize this language?
I speak Common, Draconic, Giant, and Gith.
Nope. What does Alric speak?
Common, Goblin, and Thieves' Camped.
Okay. Annie, what do you speak?
Cat.
Just Common and Sylvan.
Okay. And Thora, I'm pretty sure you're Common, Abyssal, and Infernal?
That's it.
Okay. None of you know what this is. You can give me general intelligence rolls.
Do we recognize the script?
That's what the intelligence roll is for.
I'm going to cast comprehend languages.
Okay, can do that too. The clerk would realize it's in Dwarven.
That makes sense.
Yeah, comprehend languages. That lets you pretty much read any language.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
You understand any written language that you see.
Okay. What exactly are you going to do with the ledger? Just, are you flipping through the first page, back page? What you doing?
I want to open up to the first page and just kind of get an idea of what it is, and then I'll go to the back and see the most recent.
Okay. First page is pretty much a holy crap, I got a job today. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of, this is like his life journal. Pretty much a day by day what he's done.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I'll go to the back.
Last page is a little different. The last few pages, you'd be able to tell as the years go by. This is a fairly in-depth journal, like probably like 500-600 pages. It's quite old, so you have to be a little bit careful because it's not magical. The bindings are still quite good. You'd be able to tell like this has like he's written a note and then written over top of that note, scratched it down, written something else, scratched it down. There's a lot of, you're gonna have to take time to understand a lot of it. The reports from the last few days are garbled for the most part. A little bit different than a few pages back. You're going to get him saying things like packing up quick, been told to leave, mine's not safe, weird people coming through I've never seen before. They're setting guards. They're bringing in ammunition. We're not really being told anything. We're being told to leave now. And that it is under the control of someone called the Salidi Moon. That's pretty much all you're getting.
Is there a date? Can we tell how long ago that last entry was written?
It's not really dated near the end. I believe I said the abandoned mine was how long ago, Brandon? It's fairly recent, I think, like 80 years. I will have to find that exact date for you. I don't remember it off the top of my head. It's fairly recent, though. You would be able to get the feeling that most of the mine where they currently were was not performing well, and they weren't finding a lot, and that soon eventually the mine was going to be shut down anyway for production because they just weren't finding anything and it was costing more to keep it open.
Okay.
And you tell us all this, right?
Yeah, I will tell everyone, like, translating out loud as I'm reading.
Does it happen to say exactly where this mine is located?
In behind the, so there's a, you'd be able to tell that there's a castle up there, and the mine is deep inside the castle. So they built the castle as part of the mountain, and then the mine is through the back entrance. So you got to go through a castle to get to the mine.
You have to go into the castle to get into the mine?
Yes.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Yep. And you get like words of large, heavy crates full of something being left as guards.
I want to check this place out.
Me too.
I can't remember exactly.
You said there was like it was bought by Selby Moon, or be overtaken over by a cell demon?
Overtaken.
Overtaken.
It's something that it pretty much a scribbled down note that he heard and never heard of it before. Asked a few friends about it, and none of them had ever heard about it either.
Is this book too? You said it's like 600, 700 pages. Is that too thick for me to put in my backpack? Can I take it with me?
No, yeah, you'd be able to take it with you. It's just going to take a while to get a lot out of it without just sitting down and reading it for a while.
Right. Yeah, I would like to take it and like on before bed each night, maybe just read a few pages, try to just learn more about all of it. Okay.
Yeah, I can't find exactly my notes on how old that is. I thought I had it somewhere, but I can't find it. It's been fairly recent, like 50 to 80 years, I think sounds right in my brain.
Well, if that isn't in your notes, it should be now.
Yeah,
that is canon.
It might be, but I'm pretty sure it's fairly recent-ish.
Well, that is rather recent for speaking in dwarf terms.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe I need to find the session we did with Zelda. She might have told you how old that was, or how long ago that was. That was in around like 10-ish.
I have those notes too somewhere.
Yeah, I found it here. Yeah, she. I don't have it in my notes. How long ago it was? Sorry. We'll say 80. It's a good round number. Yeah.
Okay, so what Clark will do is take like the mining pick, and I'm sure he has some sort of headgear of some sort, being a miner.
You'd be able to tell, like, it's a mining hat, and it's got some sort of black cover over top of something round.
He'll take that, and he'll put that stuff in the bag of holding. Anybody else want whatever is left?
The helmet is quite bigger than your head, just to let you know. It'll fit Hal.
Oh, I figured.
Or Thora, or Annie.
What else was in the chest, other than the journal? Was there more pigs?
It's pretty much his own. Who would know what it is? You find some sort of tool. You're not really too sure what it is without looking and trying to figure out. Some sort of multi-tool, though, would also be in there.
Well, I'm intrigued. Alric will pick that up and just sort of gesture to it. And if anyone can sort of tell him what it is, they'll just start fiddling with it.
It doesn't really do anything to you. You see a whole bunch of buttons and levers. Kind of hard to tell what they do, though. It's not something you've seen before.
In which case, Alric is having the time of his life just pushing buttons.
Yeah. A few weird things will happen. You would see, like, it kind of looks like a simple screwdriver, but you see a few different buttons, and all of a sudden the screwdriver turns into, like, thieves' tools. You hit another button, it turns into, like, a little jeweler's kit, like, almost like it's an all-purpose tool. You don't think you'd be able to use it, though.
I'm going to sort of gesture to one of the more magically inclined members of the group. Could you use this? I'm lost, but it was just press another button and it changes again.
You guys can give me Arcana if you have the ability to cast Identify, or have magic in general to see if it's magical. Just give me a quick Arcana.
Yeep. No, nothing. Net 1. Come at me, baby.
Oh, that nat 20 screwed you over for most of the rest of your rolls today. Annie, Clark, you'd get a little bit. 13's really all you need. This is definitely some sort of magical tool for... You'd be able to think, Clark, you'd go, I think I've seen Lois with something similar. She doesn't use it often, but she's got one. Annie, you would probably think, Professor Artemis, or anyone back there, you've seen a couple of these when he was talking to you guys in his workshop. He's got quite a few of them. They're more for artificers than anything.
It could come in handy if we're going into a mine. We don't know what we're going to come across that we might need.
You'd be able to understand that none of you would be able to use it or figure out exactly how to use it. It does require attunement by an artificer.
We might not need to take this.
You could take it, you just wouldn't be able to use it. Yeah.
I'll look, we'll pocket it though.
Okay. It is a all-purpose tool +2. You can't use it, but you can put it in your inventory.
I'm labeling that sonic screwdriver.
Yeah, it seems like this old man's dad was some sort of artificer. By now, you will have finally found Lucy, who's been looking around the place for you. She's eventually going to come up. You're going to notice that she's got, like... you've seen her do a few things. Clark, you would know she's more druidish in nature and race. What she's carrying, like a very, very ornate, large... well, give me a straight... what would you roll for this one? Straight intelligence roll. You'd probably have seen a few of these around. Not, you'd probably have maybe one at your parents' farm. Hers looks more used for combat. She's got a massive war scythe.
Clark will jokingly, going to cut the weed, are we?
Oh, well, in certain times, you never know what you're going to find. That was really the only thing Dad was good for when he was here, was teaching us how to defend ourselves. I don't really like steel that much, but in a jiffy, it'll work. And, well, yeah, it's great for crops. It's actually really good for crops. That's the majority of what it's used for, but, yeah. I keep busy. I really don't need it, but just in case.
Always a good idea.
She's looking up at Thora and going, it's probably better for you, but I think you're quite well armed as you are. So, for the just in case, we'll see what happens.
And as she says, well armed, Clark will actually fly up to Thora and give her muscles a little squeeze, arm muscles a little squeeze. Yes, she is well armed.
That's right.
Right. You bards are silly. Anyway, you guys ready? Do you need anything? I can keep us fed, so don't worry about that part. If you didn't bring any food, I can make some.
We should be alright for a day mission, shouldn't we?
Okay.
Clark will look and say, hopefully, day mission.
Well, we're about a half day out for. I got a couple notes this morning of a little bit of activity. Nothing major's going on yet. We did have a scouting party come back this morning, so far so good. But I still want to go take a look.
Well,
So we're gonna go 6 hours about northeast, more east than north. See what we can find.
Do we need to take horses, or are we just going to go by foot?
Well, I'm used to walking, so that's up to you. We can grab some horses. She's gonna look at Kerrigan and go, Annie looks like she's already got her own. Clark can fly. Alric, you don't look too heavy. I'm assuming you can go on the back of that panther. So you really only need 2 for you heavy folk.
Well, that's rude.
Me, I can just, well, I am a horse if I need to be. Alright, I'll be right back. I'll go grab 2. You're going to see her pretty much just go to the back of the Sad Cow Inn and just literally talk to someone there and come back with 2 horses. We're set!
Thank you.
Nice. It's great to know people. I didn't ask for their names, though, so, you know. These troubled times, it's best not to get sentimental around certain animals. That's what I'm slowly learning. Well, I'll ask them later anyway if you really want to know your horse's name.
That's alright.
Right.
We'll just come up with them. I'm going to call him Spanky Doodle.
Ah, well, that works. Alright, let's head out. Try to keep up. She's immediately going to turn herself into a warhorse and just start racing.
Clark will take off and fly after her.
Okay. What's your flight speed?
30?
Okay, she can, I think warhorse are 60. 50 or 60.
Yeah.
She's slowly pulling away from you. She will, at some point, you see her stop, kind of like prance and wait a little, and then like give you a little head nod to climb on if you like.
I was going to say that if she did stop, Clark was just gonna kind of, even if she didn't get permission, kind of land on her back and go, "Oh, come on, slow down, would you?"
In your head, you're just gonna hear, "Can you back up just a little bit more and scratch there, please?"
And Clark will take
Right
his
there.
talon
Right there.
and
Thank you.
got it.
It's the one problem of working in the place that I do. You sometimes pick up the odd flea or 2. We're good. All right.
Did Alan get off when he finds out she's got fleas?
He got the one off.
Or we're gonna have to pluck the feathers out of him to get them out.
He's slowly starting to lose feathers on his own too. You guys haven't had a lot of time for him to regenerate a lot of feathers. They do take a while to come back in. He's burned a few off. He's lost a few. He's how many times have you died? 3? I think you've gone down 3 times, maybe more.
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. He's got a few spotches with no feathers. They're pretty much covering most of his armor. All right. Eventually, couple hours down the road, I will take quick survival rolls for who's ever in the lead, unless you're going to let her just lead you. Or perception rolls, depending on what you're looking for. Whatever you're good at.
After her, I don't survive.
You're just having a hard time holding on.
I'm looking for the castle.
Hard to see the castle from here, from the area that you're being taken. There's too much. The mountain's in the way. You would have noticed on your way into town when you came from your turtle from Dana, the road that brought you here into the town, there was also another road leading up that way. Thora, Hal, you are the first to spot. It doesn't take long, like pretty much as soon as you hit the very first herd of cattle, a couple of them seem off. You see your standard, like beef cows, you're going to have some Holsteins here. You're going to have like yaks, you're going to have some bison. It's a little odd, eclectic mix. Weirdly enough, actually, Alric, the 15 will work too a little. Hal and Thora, you're going to notice way off in the distance, it looks to be quite a bit of a herd is running away from something, but it looks like 2 or 3 are huddling together and eating. And they kind of look like cattle, but they don't look like cattle. And next session, we will find out what you guys see. Because it's a great time to end here.
Cliffhanger.
You're welcome. Uh-huh. It's also 8 o'clock. So yeah, that was fun.
Ooh, I definitely need to go back and listen to the podcast of last week.
There was quite a bit that happened. Actually, not a lot.
We got a lot of information, but not a lot happened.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was pretty much pretty much the same as this one. A lot of singing, a lot of dancing, a little bit of drinking, and then a good conversation with Lois's mother and sister and finding about the tieflings. They did also learn that the town itself, most of the people here were too scared to go out because of what's going on. A lot of them are supposed to be out in the fields, but it's pretty much minimal supervision out there, and it's all the hunters and rangers than all the scouts that are trying to keep the herd in order than the actual farmers who can, talk to the animals and know what the hell's going on. So they're not getting a lot of information into the town because they're just locking the town down for the just in case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love a good lore dump.
Yeah. And you had a good one with Chester today.
He got a lore dump.
he got more of a lore dump than you guys did. I had planned on him telling you more, and then I realized, no, you guys are telling him all the information today, not him telling you. And it's like, all right. So yeah.
That's been fun. Fun.
Yep. But it's been a while since you guys